Today's gospel reading is appropriate and important as we prepare to embrace the Lenten season, during which we embark on self-examination and practice of humility. Therefore, the theme of this reflection is self-examination and humility. You will agree with me that there are three organs or parts of the body that are connected to today's gospel reading. Three parts of the body or organs of the body. Number one, heart, eye, and mouth. The eye sees and is taken into the engine house, and that is the heart, where it's processed. And what happens? The mouth says it. And at that level, it's either the mouth says something positive or something negative. That is exactly where we have conflicts. And it is what the heart has processed, is what the mouth says. Therefore, what the mouth says is what we have there, in there. That is what we have in there. The wooden and splinter metaphor is a powerful call to self-examination and humility. Jesus criticizes the hypocrisy of judging others while being blind to one's own faults. This parable encourages believers to confront and rectify their sins and shortcomings before attempting to correct others. It underlines the importance of humility and integrity in our faith journey, promoting a spirit of kindness and understanding rather than judgment. As Christians, we cannot truly foster a spirit of compassion and understanding without experiencing inner transformation. In verses 43 to 45 of today's gospel, the analogy of trees and their fruits highlights the connection between a person's character and actions. Just as a tree is recognized by the fruits it produces, our true selves are revealed through our words and deeds. This passage highlights the necessity of inner transformational change of heart that results in consistent, righteous living. The good stored in one's heart will naturally produce good actions and speech. I was talking about the connection. So good action and speech begins from here. From here, the engine of the body. Everything is done here. Thus, demonstrating the transformative power of a life rooted in Christ. Practicing humility and self-reflection. How do we practice? How do we do this? The call to self-examination is crucial in everyday Christian practice, believers must regularly reflect on their lives, identify where they fall short, and seek God's help in addressing these issues. This practice fosters humility, reduces hypocrisy, and cultivates a more compassionate approach to others' faults. By recognizing and addressing our weaknesses, we can more effectively support and uplift our fellow believers. If we don't, we risk continually pointing out the faults in others while overlooking our shortcomings. Let's focus on discussing the positive aspects of people instead of dwelling on their failures and setbacks in life. Let's make it a point to uplift and celebrate our fellow believers for their accomplishments rather than only pointing out their mistakes when they stumble. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. As a Christian, you only take glory when someone fails. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't reflect the love of God. We should be ashamed of ourselves when someone fails. It means I have contributed to that failure. Because I don't think Jesus would want any of us to fail. He wants us to succeed. My dear friends in Christ, Jesus beckons on Christians to participate in spiritual awakening as we embark on this solemn journey toward Lent. He invites us to confront and remove the metaphorical wooden beams of discrimination, injustice, racism, hatred, and jealousy that obstructs our vision and paralyze our capacity to empathize with those around us. These burdens, which weigh heavy on our hearts and minds, have closed our eyes to the needs of the lonely, the homeless, immigrants, and all those who find themselves in various states of distress. We should be removing the splinters of poverty, suffering, depression, and distress, and not judging people. Because we don't know their stories. The moment we judge people, we disconnect from them. People do certain things because they are coming from somewhere. If you go back to their stories, then you begin to feel and see reasons why you shouldn't judge them. But do what? Rather, you help them to process whatever they are going through. You don't judge someone who is looking for food, who has not got food to eat, by asking the person, go and walk. Because you don't know what is going on with him. You don't know what he has been to or she has been to. You don't do that. You don't know who is struggling with drug addiction and begin to judge this person without knowing the story. Because you don't know where he or she is coming from. We don't do that as Christians. We must approach these people with love and kindness. That is what Jesus is asking us to do today. It is essential to understand that until we engage in the transformative work of liberating ourselves from the shackles of these biases, we will struggle to approach the shortcomings of others with the kindness and compassion that reflects Christ's love. Judgmental attitudes stem from a mindset anchored in arrogance and fear, while empathy and compassion arise from a heart genuinely attuned to the struggles of others. Let us open our hearts to the possibility of transformation, allowing grace to guide our actions. Only then can we genuinely extend a hand of friendship and support to those who suffer, embodying the love and mercy that our faith calls us to share. Together, we can strive to dismantle the barriers that divide us and create a community built on understanding, acceptance, and unconditional love. How do we cultivate a good heart? Lastly, the passage encourages Christians to focus on inner transformation. Go back to the heart. It reminds us that the actual change comes from the heart, and that a heart filled with God's love and righteousness naturally produces good fruits. God bless you.